Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of The Cloudy Vape. In this video, we're going to be talking about the Phantom mod by Wotofo. So the Phantom mod comes in a few different finishes, at least what I've seen. It comes in a stainless steel finish. It comes in a copper black coated finish, so this is actually a coating. All the internal metal is actually copper, and then there is actually a pure copper finish also. So I received these from Wotofo, or Wotofo, whatever you want to call it. I received them for the purpose of review from Wotofo. I also picked up some comp caps, a few different types of caps for the Freak Show Mini. I'll be vaping on those also, but also be having a review of those later. So just to talk a little bit about these mods, they're basically 22mm mods, and they're very simplistic, but they work very well. Cool things, they have top cap for regular 510 or your hybrid 510, connection, whatever you want to do on that. So it does work pretty well. But yeah, without more yapping about it, let's dive down and check it out. Alright, so here is a quick unboxing of the Phantom mod by Wotofo. This is the basic boxing, not too shabby. Nice little, Phantom of the Opera going on. You have your authenticator right there. Wotofo on the side says Phantom. It also marks on the side, it says stainless steel or black. So that is nice. Let's pop this off. Just like that. So we have a little microfiber cloth that says Wotofo. We have a little information card. Basically just says Wotofo. On the back it talks a little bit about, what it is. It says dual top cap functionality for maximum versatility, hybrid and standard 510 options, adjustable floating contact pin set for top cap, rhodium plated copper combining top level conductivity and durability, adjustable insulator for firing button, always allows for compatibility with a wide range of atomizers. It has two 24-karat gold plated tension springs, and that allows for, on-the-fly adjustment of button throw. So that's pretty cool. The other thing is this little translucent card. Kind of interesting looking. It's translucent. So that's pretty cool. Not too shabby on that. That's just like its seal of approval. So this is what the box is going to look like. I have a little lint right there. Sorry about that. So it comes with a replaceable contact, rhodium plated copper. It also comes with a replacement insulator. Also comes with a different spring tension for, or at least that's from my understanding. I have switched these out, and this one feels like it's a little bit heavier tension compared to the other one. So that's what you're going to get out of this. Definitely a little bit heavier tension, so you can adjust the throw on the button. And so here is the mod right here. Not too shabby. Very nicely well put together and all that stuff. The one other cool accessory on this is that you can change out your 510 connection at the top. You can change it out with a hybrid connection, which is very nice. I'm going to take that battery out and show you that. So there is your hybrid connection. Only issue I would say with this is that there's no insulator on the actual hybrid connection. I've seen some hybrid connections have a little bit of a Delrin or insulation right around the actual 510, so you want to be very, very, very careful whenever you're hooking up your atomizer. Make sure that you have a good amount of insulation on the actual 510, and make sure you have enough of the 510, the positive part of the 510 protruding before you do anything as far as the hybrid connection goes. But that goes in just nice and smooth and then sits nice and flat. You almost don't even see it once it's on. Not too bad. So that unscrews like that, and then your 510 connection pops right back on. Alright, so let's look at this a little bit more up close. Here is your button. Has just a nice Phantom type logo down there, and is like plastic coated, some type of coating on it, so you're not gonna scuff this up at all. The button is recessed, so it will not fire when you set it down, which is very nice. This unscrews very, very, very nice threading on this. The thicker threading also helps for venting. You also have a few vents on the bottom. These are also rhodium. I believe the contact is rhodium. At least that's what it's being marketed as. I'm just going to set this aside. Let's pull apart this button to check this out. It has a, I believe it's a hexagon, hexagon, not octagon. It's a hexagon button, so you're not going to have any spinning or anything going on. If you look right down there, that is a hexagon kind of layout on there, which is very nice. And then the actual stem right here is hexagon also, so you won't you won't have any button spinning or anything like that. Here's your 24 karat plated spin. I don't know what I'm saying. Spring rather. So this is the lighter tension weight, and the other one has a little bit heavier of a throw on it, so you can just replace that. And these are very, very durable springs. Some of the best I've been able to squeeze since I've used Mech Mods. So that just you just put your spring in, line that up. You have your air holes down there for venting, which is nice. Line that up just like that. Push down on it. Get your flathead contact right there. Line it up. Screw it down. And that is that. So that is the button taken apart. Very simple, very easy to change out, very easy to remove and stuff. Right here you have a Delrin insulator, which I will try to pop out for you if I can. Yes, I can. So you do have a replacement insulator for down here. This just has one of those flat heads, those little notches on each side to pop out. So that is nice. So you can replace that, put that right back in. Just make sure that's actually in when you do put your battery down in there. So I'll just pop this back in real quick. And essentially that is the button. And the button is just very nice. Just a very nice throw. No sharp edges. You don't feel anything that will stop the button from going or anything like that. As far as the next part, the tube, which is very nice. The tube is very simplistic. There's no markings at all on this entire device besides this Phantom logo down here. Everything else is very simplistic. The only other marking you would have is right on the bottom contact. You see, just like that. This says Wotofo on it. And let me see what else it says. It says Wotofo Phantom. The hybrid cap is actually serialized, I believe. But this one just says Wotofo Phantom. This is your top cap. The tube is it's interchangeable, so I don't know if that's exactly the word, but basically it doesn't matter which side you put the top cap or button on. You can put them on both, and they will fit on either side. So that's nice. You don't have to worry about different sizing of threading and stuff like that. Just a nice simple tube, very simple tube. Simple threading, and very nicely machined, not too sharp either. So now looking at this top section, in order to get this off, you just get a flathead screwdriver, if you see down in there, line it up, and you would just unscrew, hold down right there, and then unscrew. There you go. There's your copper, your rhodium plated copper contact. Then you also have your little screw that connects it, just like that, and there is a replacement one inside the box. So that is very nice. And then I believe all of this is just all in one piece. I can't really figure out how to get this insulator off down here for the 510 connection. So this is all just one piece like this. You have your insulator inside of here. You have your threading. You have your top cap. You have your 510 threading right there, and that is it for that. To get this back in, you just take your bottom contact, line it up on the actual insulator like that, drop your screw in right here, line up that flathead, pop it down in, give it a couple turns until it tightens. Not very many threading in there, but if you can see, it does have a floating option right there. So once you put your battery in, that pin is going to float. That pin will float depending on how long the 510 connection is. Now let's look at the hybrid connection. So the difference on this is the top where the 510 goes in. You have your venting holes right there on the sides. It's a very, very thin. It is a little sharp, just a little bit. And then on the bottom of it, that would actually touch the battery or touch the inner part of the mod. It says Wotofo, it says Phantom, and then it is actually serialized right there. It's serialized. So that's your markings inside there if you want to use your hybrid cap. I'm going to screw in a atomizer so you can look at it. So actually, let me get the mini, the Freak Show Mini. Pop it in just like this. So that does protrude just a little bit, but you know, it's not the best. You can adjust this out and let that contact adjust out just a little bit. So I'll go ahead and do that. So there you go, it'll protrude a little bit more, and then there is a good insulation around that positive connection. However, like I said, the only real con I find with this hybrid connection, I wish that there was you know, built in just a little bit of insulation around here, just so you know, if it does flat out, if the pin doesn't protrude enough, you know, you won't, you know, hard short. So that's just a con I found, and I wish there was just a little bit of insulation like I've seen with other hybrids. So this mod's very simplistic to put together, very simplistic to take apart and to fix and to tinker with. That's probably why I like it so much. But real quickly, I'm going to pull out the black one. It is a copper. It's a certain type of finish, and I can't remember what exactly the finish is. But it is like a you know, it's like a, you know, it's like a come on, like a stove finish, whatever that stuff's called. I'm going to lay this out here so you can see it better. Here's the Wotofo cloth. So here it is. There is the copper, and it has a type of black like coating on it. Just pop it apart. You can see the copper inside. So I'm not going to take this one apart, but just to show you it, same exact thing. You have your rhodium plated copper contact right there. You have your insulator. You also do have a black hybrid, a hybrid connection to hook up hybrid if you want. There's your button. So it's exactly the same, just copper with this black coating on it. Alright, let's talk about the pros and the cons. So the pros and the cons are, well, there's not really a lot. It's a mod, it's a mech mod. So usually the main thing with mech mods is just the quality of machining. You know, the threading's bad, the button doesn't really work very well. But as far as this goes, this is one of the nicest mech mods I've used. And yeah, it's so simplistic. There's not really a lot to go wrong. You have your button that you can take apart, which you saw in the down close, or the up close rather. And the nice thing is you have a few different replacements. You have a spring with more tension or less tension, so you can adjust the throw on the button. The option to go hybrid or 510, that is awesome. You get replacement Delrin. You also get that replacement rhodium plated copper contacts, so you do get all of these features. I haven't used this black one enough to know if it scuffs up or scratches, but from what I can see, it is pretty well you know, coated. Whatever it is, the coating, I haven't found the details on what exactly the coating is, but it definitely works very well. The only thing is, on this Black Freak Show, the actual black, the coating on the Black Freak Show Mini and the coating on this differ by a slight gradient, just like a slight, offness of it, but that's just me staring at it too much and worrying about colors and stuff. As far as everything else, you do have a floating pin, which I did notice. It does work on the majority of 510s. However, I did find a couple that I had to adjust that rhodium connection right there on the very top. That was the only thing that really, bugged me about that. So you do need a longer 510 connection for it to really fit snug. But you also have the adjustment option on the bottom button, so you can also adjust down there to get your battery to level out and all that good stuff. So it definitely has a lot of great things, but I can't really say anything negative. Like the only negative is possibly your atomizer might not fit all the way. You might have to do a little bit of adjusting, so it won't be a very firm connection if you can get it to work. But these freak shows fit pretty well. I know the Mutation X fits pretty well. Most of the other ones, the Goliath, all of the things that I've put on this fit pretty well. And I ran into one of them. I can't remember which device it was, but I did have to adjust that pin just a little bit. So that is probably my biggest gripe with this. I haven't tested out the voltage drop on this. Haven't done any of that yet. But if I can find a voltage drop testing under load, I'll put it in the description and let you guys know about that. But as far as everything else goes, I rarely use Mech Mods now, and that kind of changed up once I got this. I've been using this quite often, and I like it. I really do like it, and I could sit here and keep ranting about it. I definitely feel the copper one, feels like it hits a little bit harder. These are exact same builds on these. 0.32 ohms, 24 gauge Canthal, and it just feels like it hits a little bit harder when I switch it up. So definitely the copper one seems like it has a little bit of power, of course, because it's copper, and then the stainless steel finish, it just the stainless steel is a little bit more heavier. It definitely feels, both of these feel nice in the hand. There's not really any grooves or anything to mess it up. I haven't had it fire on me by setting it down. It has a nice throw on it, recessed in there. And that is about it. As far as retail cost, I believe it was anywhere from $45 to $55. I can't remember. I will put a link in the description to a few different places. The last time I checked, I believe it was like $44.99 or $49.99. So it's a very decent price for the option of having hybrid 510. You also get replacements. And you get a few little, swag. You get a little bit of that swag, Wotofo swag that I put down there, that I showed you in the up close. But yeah, that is about it. I think I like it. I would definitely give it a thumbs up. If this is a mech mod you want to pick up, definitely pick it up because it's worth checking out. It's definitely worth the price, and the quality is just ridiculous. I really enjoy it. So let's have another double vape and go for it. And that's all. So, thanks for watching this video, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it. If you like my videos in general, please subscribe. And as always, stay classy and keep vaping. I have beard condensation.